Transmission incoming. Connected.
Hello, welcome back to the Rogue and Blasted podcast. We're back after a small hiatus. On today's show, we have joining us, should we start with Connor? Do you want to remind us all who you are, what you collect?
Well, I am the Tau extraordinaire. One of the best Tau players in Cumbria. It's also the smallest populated county in the whole of the country. But yes, that's my title.
Okay, all right. We'll choose to believe that. And we also have with us Matt today.
I'm Matt. I am a wannabe Votan. Took up the Votan just over Christmas there. Did the first GT with them. Loving them. Also commission painter. So there's always something interesting on my desk. Usually Connor's.
Nice. Yeah. I believe you have something of Connor's turning up in a matter of days.
Two things of Connor's on my desk right now.
If Royal Mail's any good.
Right.
He does, yes.
I love it. Amazing. All right. So what we will do is today we're doing our hot takes. So elements from the game or the lore where we just have a hot take on it, basically. It's fairly simple. But I think beforehand, what we're going to do to warm everybody up is run through some of our famous Would You Rathers. So prepared 3 of them for today. So we'll start off with, would you rather be able to read your opponent's mind or see all of the dice rolls before you roll them? We'll start with Connor.
Dice rolls.
Okay.
Yes.
Take us through it. What's the logic?
Well, if you know the dice rolls before they've been rolled, you can prep it, can't you? You know if you're going to succeed in what you want to do or not. If you know the dice rolls before you roll them. Think about it. You can always have the CP in the back pocket if you know it's not going to matter. You can spend the strategy if you know it makes the difference. You know what I mean? Or you can always... I'll let you... If you know the dice rolls before it happens, you know if the unit's going to win or you're going to win or not, really.
So are you saying that your dice rolls matter more than how good of a player you are?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that knowing what my opponent thinks is the ultimate rage bait. Because then it becomes mind games. It becomes mind games. I play my game. I do not play around my opponent. I play the way I want to play, not the way my opponent wants me to play.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, there's no wrong answers here.
But knowing let's say you got a 6-inch charge, and knowing if you're going to make that 6-inch charge is very important.
No,
isn't
really.
it?
You don't go anywhere.
It is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. What about Matt?
I disagree about the dice rolls because I do not want to know everything that's going on in the mind of my opponent because I bet you it goes beyond Warhammer and I don't want to know.
Yeah, there you go. See, dice rolls.
Dice rolls. Sorry, I'll take them.
All right. Okay. Consensus dice rolls. I like it.
Amazing. You forget
next, would you rather?
This game is luck, and it comes down to dice rolls.
Yeah, true. All right. So the next one is give up the Warhammer app and go back to just paper and the rule books to keep track of everything, or you have to use a dice rolling app instead. We'll start with Matt.
I'm a wee bit old school. I'll take pen and paper any day, but I'm not using no app for rolling dice. Forget it.
You looked quite excited about that. You're like, oh yeah, just get the old notebooks out.
Because I'm tight and I didn't pay for a new codex and I don't have a code, I have to use the DAC cards anyway.
Yeah.
So, I have questions about this because it's the way I am.
Connor, of course.
So, I can't use the app to build the army, and I can't use the app to look at rules, correct?
Correct.
All right. If a rule changes that is different to the book, am I allowed to look them up?
You have to have the relevant white dwarf with you.
It's not even white dwarf.
Where the rules are updated.
You mean I have to print off the amendment on the FAQ? Is what you say? I need a printed copy of the FAQ with me. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah. You need to have your little binder with all your relevant bits of paper.
But to build the army, I'm allowed to get I'm allowed to find the up-to-date points, and I'm allowed to do it that way. I'm not basing it off my old codex, am I?
Yes, but you have to use a desktop computer with dial-up internet, like we had to do back in the day.
No, but I enjoy the dice rolling. You can't. That's half the point of the game, isn't it? Well, the app is so sexy, isn't it? No, I'll do pen and paper because I reckon I can build the list, and you've got the data cards, haven't you? So worst comes to worst, you can just tip X the data cards. That's what I've done. Tip X the data cards to what you need to the updated rules. Yeah, and you can also put a little sticker on the top of them saying how many points. I suppose I didn't even. Yeah.
Or if something's been nerfed, just take the old data cards and act like you didn't know.
That's naughty. I don't condone that behaviour.
Obviously, we don't condone any kind of behaviour.
There's already been a towel player who's been red carded from an event America because he brought in fake data cards for his army.
You could.
How did he expect to get away with that one?
There's a I forget what's the name of the app. I can't remember. There's a website you can go to, and you can actually make custom data cards. So if you want to do a data card that just has your weapon and your rules, but you can completely edit all of it.
Amazing.
It's dodgy.
I need to keep an eye out next time I find James.
Exactly.
I'm too trusting. All right. And the final one. So, would you rather your faction's codex comes out first in 11th edition or last in 11th edition?
Last.
We'll go to Connor.
Last.
Yep.
Yes, I say last because your codex comes out first. You have codex create the entire edition. Outside of Space Marines, because they get if you're a Space Marine player, doesn't matter. First is fine. It's always going to be first because you've got all the updates, you've got all the 1,000 detachments you've got.
You'll have a few more coming through. Yeah.
But the good thing is, if you're last, right, you will get drip fed a little bit on the way. Jakari, for example, got given 2 detachments before the codex came out, so you will be drip fed a little bit. So you won't have nothing. And it also means you probably won't get any new units until the very end. What was the last? Was it Chukari, the last codex that came out this edition, wasn't it? I think it was. I think
I remember us lot maybe on this podcast all just sort of looking at the range, like, oh, look at that one, getting very excited about it.
I think it was Chukari, the last one. But they got a load of they did. But the good thing is they will be able to use all that in 11th edition. Still, so that's fine with them. I don't know that for sure, but I don't think they're going to do a great indexing. So I think I'd rather have my codex last.
A great indexing, I love it. Cool. Matt, you look like you agreed with that too.
And I always, when I first came back, I was Space Wolves. And we had most of our stuff through 10th, and then the codex came out kind of mid, what was it, last? Kind of back end, but not like at the end.
That's sweet. That's the sweet spot, isn't it? Right in the middle. You got it right in the middle.
They legend so much of the old codex. So I think if you have it, you still get a lot of playability. And then because we lost the Scouts, Hounds of Mordecai, there was so much that went out that I was using that to go into a new edition with the army and have a chunk of it put to legends would just be a nightmare. So I'll take it later on.
It is horrible. Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. Thanks for the answers. As mentioned, today we're doing our 40k hot takes. I think we've all got a couple of prepared. Does anyone want to volunteer to go first?
I'll go first with a hot take that'll piss off at least 10% of the community. All right?
Go on, let's hear it.
If you
just quickly, Connor, is this what you've prepared your hot takes around? Is just stirring up some controversy?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. Right.
Nice. Okay, let's hear it.
If you play Imperial Guard in Warhammer 40k, you are a boring fucker. No,
so you let me
put some context. I have a good
this
friend.
This is going to need a lot of context.
I have a great friend who is a massive Guard player who's moved on to Emperor's Children.
You had a massive,
yeah. I had a really good friend. He's now moved to Emperor's Children, and he prefers that. Anyways, you've got a universe full of sci-fi. You've got spaceships. You've got chaos, you've got mutilated shit, you've got pulse blasters, you've got all stuff. And you pick the US Army. That's all you pick. There's better options if you want to do that. There's other gaming systems. Play ball action if you want to play the army. You're boring. It's a boring faction. Boring.
Yeah. I've got 2 points here. One, have you ever seen Aliens? Have you ever seen Starship Troopers? Have you ever played StarCraft? The human factions and that is awesome.
No, but StarCraft is more Space Marine than it is humans. It's just infantry
Okay, yeah, I'll
guardsmen.
give you
It's
that.
just guardsmen and tanks. It's not even.
Yeah,
it's
and
not even, it's
heroic
not,
last stands getting mowed down.
It
It's
is,
great.
but it's not even advanced tanks. It looks like it's a World War One tank, for fuck's sake, with a turret.
I think the best looking tank in the game might still be the Basilisk.
Oh,
But it's an artillery. But no,
I love
it's
that thing.
boring. It's boring. All right. There's so many great aspects you could have picked in Warhammer 40k, and you've picked the average infantry. You know what I mean? You could have gone Space Marines, you could have gone Adeptus Mechanicus, even Sisters of Battle, but no, you've gone Guard. You know, I do have a slight forgiveness for Scion Guard, if you want to go that route. That's different. That used to be its own faction. But basic Cadian Imperial Guard, you were boring.
What about like Krieg?
It's just World War One Germans, isn't it? It's guardsmen with gas masks.
Steel Legion?
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Well,
Even the-
apparently they do, technically a little
No,
bit.
you've been told
Games
to paint.
Hotel came out
they-
like, oh
they
no,
said
we were joking.
They said you must paint your Kriegsmen in steel Legion colours to rage bait the community.
Right.
And you know what? I love it when Guard fans get pissy with that. I do love it. But there we go. Yeah. You're
Katachan?
boring. Katachan, it's Vietnam, isn't it? It's Vietnam. It's literally Vietnam. You can play bolt
Rambo.
action. You can play bolt action and get all this.
no, I
Interesting. This was
Either
not
was I. It's
something I
going
was
to caught me a little bit
expecting.
off guard because you see some
It's just a boring.
really nice guard armies, and I think they've got some nice detachments. And at Manchester, there was a guy. He was running an army that was
Right.
all mixed.
I'm
and
not
it was
saying,
stunning.
I'm not saying the army doesn't look good. I'm not saying the army isn't good. I'm just saying out of the whole choice you have, when you think, oh, Warhammer 40k, in space, massive battles, you don't think I'm going to play the US Army. You know, you don't think about that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
However, if we think about this, which is the faction that probably plays most similar to like real US Army? You know, the combined arms and the like
It is
fast
It's-
movement with good shooting. Is that not the Tau?
No, it's Guard, isn't it? It's Guard. It's Guard, though, isn't it?
I think it might be Tau.
But
like-
the Tau don't have combined arms. We just have guns. Yeah, but
That's
it's
the
different.
US Army.
You've got massive. You don't see massive mech suits jumping out of the sky from the fucking Guard, do you? Know what
Not
I
yet,
mean?
you don't.
Not yet. You know, that's the future. That's the future. There's pulse blasters, plasma. It's all fucking. It's boring. All right, that's my hot take. Guard is boring in the 40k universe.
I think you may have just
Yeah,
alienated
that's
quite a large of our
cancel
part of our fan base there.
That's why I said I pissed off 10% of the community there. But there we go.
What I'm really excited for is next time you're at a tournament and you look up and someone's just there like, hey, do you do that podcast?
Yes.
And you look down and they're just putting a load of guardsmen on the thing, just like, oh,
I
this is
have
going to be a
played
rough
Guard
one.
loads. I love playing into Guard. Right. I just don't understand why someone wants to play 40k and then play Guard. It baffles me a little bit. But don't think about it. Most factions have their uniqueness to it. There is nothing unique about the Guard. It is literally just infantry and tanks. There's no like cool.
But it's the perspective. It's the the human spirit standing up against these nightmarish horrors in
And
space, man. It's just you and your humble lasgun.
Also, may I
Yeah.
just point out, playing against Recon Guard with 200 plus guardsmen is the most tedious game of Warhammer 40k you will ever play.
Have you played it?
Yes, I've played against it multiple times. It is awful. You have to chest clock your opponent every time. They know that as well. They bring the clock with them. They know. You are preparing yourself for a world of pain, and only guardsmen will ever do that to you. Green Tide's a bit more fun. You know, they just throw the models around. Guards, it's horrible. It's horrible. There you go. That's my hot take.
All right.
Guard is overrated.
Thank you, Connor.
Guard
That
is
was,
overrated.
That was quite a hot take.
Spicy.
I like it. All right. Matt,
I don't think I can
that's
follow that.
That's
I
a
think
lot
we
to
just
follow.
got it done. It's been chapters to back.
Right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to.
I've been caught. Right.
You know what we should do? We should put a poll. We should put a poll in the comment section of this one, and I want to see if people agree with me.
Oh yeah, this is 100% going on as much social media as I can find.
Yes, I want a poll. I want a poll saying, "Do you agree with Connor's statement? Yes or no?" On the Guard. I want to see.
Right.
I want to see what I get.
Amazing. All right, Matt, if you want, I can take the hit.
I'll go.
'Cause I think mine's going to be pretty.
Go on then.
All right. Okay. It's not going to be as exciting after that, but I think invulnerable saves need to go across the board.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you?
The main reason being, I'll tell you through this. One, obviously, I've got like a couple of Norns, and it is very satisfying having like the invulnerable save. Then you feel no pains, nothing gets through, and what does gets taken off. However, I've been on the other end of that a few times, and you fire your entire army at a single target, and on a 50% chance, that target just shrugs it off.
Mhm.
Which doesn't feel particularly realistic. Like, stuff would get through, like, you're not just going to tank a blast from a las cannon kind of thing. It just sort of breaks that, breaks the immersion. And then it is also just such a, like, what do they call it? When you're playing a game and you just, like, you're not really interacting. You've just done all this stuff and nothing happens. And I think that's the thing, is, like, everything should have an effect, even if it's small.
I feel like
I think
I half
way
agree
round.
with it. Yeah,
Sorry.
I half agree with it. I feel like there's too much invulnerable out there.
Definitely. Maybe if it was like just limited to a 6+ on like the toughest of the toughest, or maybe not even stuff with armor. It should maybe be limited for like if you've got psychic shield or something otherworldly that protects you, but not just having a big piece of metal. I think maybe what they could do is expand the save profiles, so you do have 1-ups or like -1-ups, and then the AP could subtract from that. Maybe
if you reduce the invulns to a minimum of 5+ across the board, and reduced, or if you got rid of all invulns, you'd have to reduce the AP across the board. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to give a Tau player with a lot of AP just wipe your army off the board in a turn of shooting. It will happen. That's the idea of the invuln. It stops it being, there is ways, in theory, a 4+ invuln is the majority of invulns out there, really. If you fire enough shots into a 4 invuln, in theory, half gets through. That's the idea of it. Don't get me wrong, it can swing both ways. It can do. There are ways to avoid. Obviously, dev runes kind of go through it and stuff like that. I don't know. I think getting rid of invulns in general is not great, but I do think there's too much invuln out there.
In the spirit of hot takes, I've got to stand beside just removing them entirely.
Oof. All invulns removed. I would agree, but you'd have to ration AP like you've never seen. Like we're talking the highest AP you might ever see is a 3-up. Is a 3 minus.
Are you just
AP
saying
3.
basically?
Like you can't see AP 4-5 out there. A railgun will just kill everything. I know it's a railgun. I know it is, but you can't just have a railgun. My railgun could just tap a katana almost every turn.
But that's what I mean, is you could just add on extras to your save profile. So if you've got a tank, you give it a 1-up save, so your AP just takes it down from there.
Yeah, but it's an AP 5.
And then it means small arms fire with no AP might not be able to take out tanks, but that kind of makes sense.
I don't know. It's an interesting one. I disagree for the balance perspective. I like the funness of it. As a Tau player, I would revel in a world of no invuln save. I would revel.
Connor's like, this sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
It would be fantastic, but I don't think it would be practical.
I feel like Matt's looking unhappily at the computer.
When I came back in again, I don't know what's going on. That's fine.
There we go. It is your turn for a hot take, Matt.
Is it? Right, I think we should ban rerolls of any kind. The command reroll.
Old world it. I like it. I do.
Honestly, how many times do you command reroll a 1 into a 1? They're absolutely pointless.
To be fair, I like it. Maybe cap it to 1 per game, so you have the 1 reroll to use the whole game.
No, just no.
God,
it's not going to do you any good. It slows the game down.
I'm with Matt on this. I am 100% get rid of rerolls.
Are you on about all rerolls here? Are you on about all rerolls or command point rerolls?
Well,
like reroll 1s to hit and 1s to wound, or like twin link? Do you get rid of that as well?
Don't get me started on weapon profiles. That's my other hot take. We'll get into that one.
Okay.
But I just think it's just pointless. I just think sometimes it's like almost like the invuln thing. It's like the result should be the result instead of faffing about trying to change it, which it doesn't always do, and it's frustrating on either side. Either. So,
because either that reroll goes really well for the person, and then the person having the rerolls against them feels like crap, or they go really badly anyway, and you're like, well, why did I bother doing the rerolls?
Or you
just have the result be the result.
Like, you've just plowed everything into a knight and got it down to 1 wound, and he fails it, and he command rerolls and passes. It's like, I've just spent so much time taking 20 odd wins off that thing for you just to command reel out and pass. It's like, no.
Yeah. I think that,
That's
I
dead.
agree with the getting rid. I agree with the getting rid of the command point reroll. I agree with it. I think it's a good thing. But are you getting rid of like stratagems that can reroll stuff as well, or like because there's a lot like Oath of Moment, you wouldn't be able to use the Space Marine rerolls, would you? Or like reroll charges.
Definitely get rid of that.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
There's better ways to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get it because I'd lose my army roll, again, reroll charges and advances. And it's like, I think there needs to be a little bit more consequence, and it just
No,
being
but I do like the idea
dice
of not
land.
just getting rid of the command point reroll would stop a lot of bullshit when people say that. You say, "Oh, I've killed him." Oh, wait, I haven't. Yeah, you know what I mean. It just the dice, whatever the dice says. For,
annoying.
I get that.
Yeah,
it feels to me almost a little bit lazy when it comes to like maybe rules. Like we could work out a way to show this another way, or like have a +1 to hit or something. But instead, we're just going to let you re-roll it. Just have a second go.
Yeah,
that's my sort of feelings on it. So yeah, I'm 100% behind that, Matt. Wicked. All right, so we just need to start writing the Rogue and Blasted rulebook now, basically.
Yeah.
Might have a few changes. People might not enjoy it. Wicked. All right.
Or maybe
back
they
to
will.
Connor. Yes, actually, we'd enjoy it.
It's not a massive one. This is a simmering one, this one. This has been on the hot pot for a bit, this one. And it annoys me.
I do feel like when we're editing, we might have to take your first one and put it at the end of the episode.
That's fine.
Just to build up to that.
I think a double 1 to charge should always be a fail.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like when you move, I moved my guy.
I'd take that a bit further.
I'm 1 inch,
Okay.
but I'm 1 inch away from you. I can't fail this charge. A double 1 should always fail.
He just
100%.
trips on his sword or something.
Yeah, that includes.
And I think
if I'm
you
-1 inch to your charge, that should be accounted into. If you want a 3 with -1 to charge, that's a 2. You fail.
Sure, fail. I also think you should move your failed charge. So if you're a 9-inch charge and you roll a 6, you should move those 6 inches.
Yeah, because then if you're in the middle of the open,
it's such a throwaway thing to do when you've got like a 12-inch charge and it could swing a game. You go, I'll just charge, and you roll like a 11 or 12, and it swings the game. It's like if you had a consequence to that roll, you wouldn't do it.
That's a bit.
There's
busted,
no
really,
consequences to declaring a charge.
You get so much movement on it. It could swing objectives though. Think about it this way. Let's say I'm 6 inches away from an objective, but I'm charging this unit that's 12 inches away. Instead of charging a unit that's 8 inches away, I'll deliberately charge the 12-inch just to get the extra movement on the objective. Or what you're allowing to happen is me to move out in the open, shoot you, try and charge and run back in as well.
I reckon that's fair. As long as you're within 12 of a unit, I reckon you should be able to declare that charge. But then you have to move in a straight line, so you can't like roll your dice.
Maybe you have to move towards the unit you charge no matter what. Maybe that might be better.
Yeah,
that has to be it. That has to be. I'm charging that. You have to move 6 inches or whatever the dice roll is in that direction. I also think maybe. Yeah. I think it's weird that a dwarf can charge 12 inches and so can a Space Marine. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Just, maybe it should
Which is also the same distance that, say, like, like a lictor can charge.
Or a knight. A knight is a 2d6.
Is a knight 2d?
I think it's weird that it's all the same.
It makes sense, because your movement characteristic helps you get into the position to get the good charges off, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Maybe it should be your movement plus 1d6.
No. No, that's awful. No. Imagine Eldar. No, imagine...
Stupid idea, Dan. Stupid idea.
Sorry.
Imagine Drukhari doing, like, a base... Imagine, even my Farsight squad, imagine that doing 12-inch movement. With it, then I can charge with it. That's a minimum of a 12-inch charge off the bat.
Yeah, that's a really
bad idea. Busted. No, that's a bad idea. No, but I'm a Tau player. That's bad. That's like, imagine World Eaters, they can move 8 and then a D6 charge. It's a minimum 8-inch charge, so that is awful. It's not a hot take. That is game ruining. That's a game ruining take. No, I'm vetoing that. That's not happening. A double 1
I wasn't expecting quite as strong a reaction.
Think about it though, World Eaters could run like 10 inches with like Berserkers or 8 inches.
Don't they kind of do that
Berserkers.
anyway?
No, because they can move and then they do the double-inch charge. They don't move 8, then roll D6 plus 8 on the charge. That's busted. There's a reason twists
so this
aren't
is-
in match play.
So this is not going in the Rogue and Blasted rulebook then?
No.
No,
No,
okay.
don't-
But we do
double-
agree you have to move the distance roll when you charge. I really like that. I think
I'm not a
I
fan.
think
I like the fact that if you roll a double one to charge, no matter what, you fail. I don't give a
Should
shit
be
if you're
okay.
next to me. You fail. It is a critical failure. You cannot charge on a double one. All right. It wouldn't happen very often, but when it does, it's fantastic.
And then because we've already
I
taken
agree.
rerolls off the table, you couldn't
can't
command
re- you can't
reroll it, so
reroll
you
that,
just,
no.
you're just fucked.
No.
Yeah. Nice. Consequences.
Like
Yes.
I like it. Wicked. All right, I will bring out another one. So blast templates should make a comeback.
Oh,
That's old school.
It's so
Love it.
chaos. It's so much chaos.
I know they probably led to more arguments than people can count. And I think we all had some experience maybe at some point of trying to balance the template on a bunch of models, trying to be like, oh, he's definitely underneath it. And the other
Arguing who's
guy's
in,
like,
who's
no, he's
out.
not. Yeah. But it did, I don't know, there was something very satisfying about having the big pie plate and covering a unit with it and going,
Yeah.
those guys in particular are fucked.
Or the flavor
also-
one, and you could get 2 units.
I like
Yeah.
the blast
Yeah,
template.
see, that was
I-
wicked. That
I
was
like-
awesome. Just like
I like the
properly
blast
lining
template,
people up and doing it all.
but I hated
Yeah.
the movement dice thing. There was the dice that can fling it off
Oh, the
board.
scatter dice.
Yeah, I don't. Like,
Oh,
it
yes.
should be
Yeah,
it
scatter
should be
dice.
it should be a D3 scatter dice, not a D6, and I'd accept them coming back.
Okay. All right.
I
I'll
think
take that as a
I
compromise.
think a
We'll make it a
D6
D3, but we
'cause
get the templates back.
You roll a 6, you could black your own unit, and it's brutal. Oh my goodness!
I think those scatter dice were particularly bad if you were back in the old days, if you were teleporting in or deep striking, and you'd have to scatter it, and then if you landed within
Yeah.
a couple of inches of another unit, your unit was just destroyed. So you
Yeah,
could
that
lose,
shouldn't come back. That shouldn't come back. No.
Yeah,
no.
that was brutal.
I don't like the
But yeah,
flame template.
blast,
though.
100% they need to be
I
back.
don't like the flame template though.
It's so good, and it also forces people to like, now you
Well-
see a lot of people like stringing units out and doing all shenanigans. It forces you to properly think it through and be like, I don't want to bunch up here because someone could just drop
Yeah.
a massive explosive. I need to sort of go over here. So I can see Matt, your hands in the air. Go for it.
I'm excited.
All right.
Do you remember? I want to take it a step further. You know,
Yeah.
the old world had the giant template. So if a giant was killed, you had to roll the scatter dice and lay the giant template down to see if it
Yes.
crushed anybody. We
I
could
like
do that with
I
Titans.
do.
Yes,
do
that's
like
what
that,
I'm
yeah. It should- all monstrous units should have
Just
that.
anything that's monstrous. Yeah,
Instead
definitely.
of like a deadly demise, it
Anything
should be
monstrous
that.
has to have like
Yeah.
a dead template.
I like that. Yes, even a Riptide Falling Order would be
This is
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
This is
Anyway,
we're writing a good rule book, guys.
Mm.
I like it. I'm assuming when the giant died, then it would do damage when it fell as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would. And it's be
Like
decent
bad
as well,
damage?
yeah.
There was an
Yeah.
actual. Yeah.
You would roll to see which way it fell, and then you'd roll to see
Yeah.
what damage it did, because it could roll back into your own men.
Oh my god, that would be like the idea of killing someone's Titan knight, it falling over into someone else's knight, and then having deadly demise at the same time is particularly fantastic.
To be fair though, isn't that technically what Deadly Demise is, just without the weird cinematic?
Yeah, but it's a lot
I
less fun.
suppose it kind of.
It
Yeah,
is-
that's
it
true.
is the same. It's the same
Yeah,
thing. You're just
yeah.
changing how it does. I suppose the Deadly Demise would be, oh, it blows up, but in what direction does it blow up? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
We do technically have that. I do think Deadly Demise for bigger units should be easier to do. I think if a Knight blows up, it should be a 5+. I think if a Storm Surge blows up, I think if a Riptide blows up, it should be a
Yeah.
5+. It's got a star in its shield.
Yeah.
I think Orc vehicle should be a 3+.
No, because it would screw yourself over too much. I
Yeah,
think
but that's a
it's-
very
I think
Orc
if-
thing to do.
If they're going to blow up, they're going to blow up.
Yeah.
Because there is that defiler, not defiler. There is that Baneblade variant where if you shoot it, it will blow up on a 4+. If you kill an enemy vehicle with that gun,
Nice.
he'll blow up. I think it's a 4+. He'll
God.
blow up.
Brutal. That sounds like quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, Baneblades are always fun, but yeah, that's the one
All
aspect
right,
of
so
the guard
we're-
that's fun.
Oh, okay, here we go.
So we're accepting templates back into the new and improved
Yes.
rulebook
With a D3
Nice.
scatter
Right.
dice, yes.
with the D3 scatter
Yes.
dice, which is only used for the templates and not for deep strike.
Yes.
Correct.
And the new additional giant template. All right, good.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Sweet. Matt, what have you got for us?
So, having played my first tournament and played a lot of 40k quite recently, it's suddenly become aware to me that toughness doesn't matter anymore. There's so much out there that's got, your lethal hits, or you've got anti-vehicle, anti-monster. It doesn't matter. And I think it's just like, it's getting a bit daft, the amount of stuff that can circumnavigate toughness and lay out a horrific amount of damage. It just doesn't quite add up.
Interesting. Votan quite high toughness by any chance?
They are, but they
5?
also have a lot of anti-monster, anti-vehicle,
Yeah.
T6, some of them as well. And it's more up against kind of like vehicles and high toughness targets. It's like you can get around it, so it's like you don't have to think about it. And I think that's a wee bit unfair.
I think you're a little bit biased on this one because your army does have a lot of anti-vehicle 4+ in it, doesn't it? It does have a lot. You have a lot of
3+.
There you go. The majority of armies out there don't have access to that. To be honest with you, I have no anti-vehicle. I know I'm a Tau, but I have no anti-vehicle or anti-infantry 4-up. So I have none of that. I don't. Someone's going to correct me in the comment section, but I don't think there's any Tau unit that has anti-vehicle, anti-monster 4+. I can reroll wounds against monsters, but that's still on 5 because it's melters. I don't think Space Marines have that much, honestly. I don't think many factions do. It's usually the sort of the Votan do. I think I think Orcs have a little bit. I think Eldar have a little bit, and I think Drukhari have a good amount as well. But I feel like that's because their bodies are so weak.
But I think that's all right, because I think it's more tied to characters with a lot of the other factions. Like things like Marines, some of the characters have got Space Wolf's got Aryak as anti-monster, anti-vehicle. And I think when it's tied to just a champion or something, it makes sense. In
like
terms
an expert
of maybe
at
their
killing
lore or
it,
whatever.
basically.
But when you've got a whole unit of 10 angry dwarves, all with anti-vehicle and anti-monster, 3 attacks each. They're smashing through anything, and it
They are.
just doesn't
No, I agree because I think
it's nice. Don't get me wrong,
as well,
I like it, but
but those units are usually very glass cannon. Like those, I can fire a strike team at them and they'll die now, won't they? Because they've got a 6-up save, a 7-up save with a field of pain, isn't it? The
Chthonian, the Berserkers.
Yeah, the Berserkers, aren't they? What is it? A 6-up save?
They've got a 5-up save and a 4-up field of pain.
Pain. That's the way the field of pain. So you shoot a unit of breaches in it, it will die. They will die.
T6.
Yeah, I'm Shem 6, so I would kill them. Yes, happily, with great fun. But I would say honestly,
always so confident.
Horrible.
Of course.
I
can't wait to play you, Connor. I can't wait.
One day we'll arrange it. Kill Marnock one day. We will. Not kill Marnock. Kill Ross.
See you in Doonhammer.
Right. Yes. Yeah, that'll be fun. But I generally think that too much of it, Matt, you're right, is a massive problem. But I don't think we've hit that problem yet. Your Votan are very lucky to have a good access to it. But can I just point out, without that, would you be able to take out tanks with just the hecatons?
Probably, because even those are pretty nasty.
No, they're good.
But
outside of the hecatons, would you have anything that could do?
Beamer.
Yeah, well, the Thunderkin are okay as well, aren't they?
Well, yeah, because you got the conversion beamers are all lethal hits. So your lethal's on 4s as well, because if you're more than 12 inches, so you can skip your toughness that way as well.
See, I don't get lethal on 4s. See, I don't get that.
Because I've got invasion fleet, so I get
lethal.
Do
you want a Votan army? I'll do you one.
You know a guy, do you? You know a guy.
Oh, I do.
Invasion fleet gets the lethal on 6s, which is
my army gets lethal on 6s,
especially for all the Gords and infantry is really handy. I think I've used it to I think last game I played against James, I had a bunch of termagants taking wounds of typhus just with flesh borers, just because I was hot rolling 6s. And doing that conventionally would have been fun for me. Yeah, I think James was like, "What?"
anything to wind James up is great fun.
Oh, so I think this is the first one we're all very unsure about so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or are we saying maybe limit it more to characters and
it shouldn't be readily available too easily. When
you think about some of these I just think these big armor pieces should not be one shot off the table turn one. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
No, I
So
get
I don't
that.
know if you have. It kind of ties into the having multiple Land Raiders or Catans or whatever. I think if you had you could take one and it was tougher and harder to kill, then it would maybe balance things a little bit.
I reckon we can agree on that.
Yeah.
One man's ramblings.
Yeah. It's a stat check, isn't it? Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So are we putting a modified version of that into the rules then?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Something
Agreed.
to that ilk.
We should have brought a hammer, so after each one we could have right done.
Fam.
Moving on.
A gavel.
Nice. Do we have? I think we've got time for one more each. How are we feeling?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I've got one more.
I've got
Nice.
one more.
Connor, you all right to kick us off?
I am. I think 10th edition was better when we all had indexes.
I wasn't playing 10th edition when you all had indexes, so I have very little to offer at this point.
Basically, right, apart from some Eldar devastating wounds that got patched very quickly on, I like the idea that we all had a limited amount. At the start of the edition, when we were all in the index phase, nobody knew what to do. It was all very fresh. Everyone had brand new stats and profiles. A lot of experimenting began. You didn't know what you were going to play. You were playing to just test a lot of stuff out, which was always good fun. But you also had the ability to see everybody's army rules, everybody's unit rules, everybody's points in your app for free. That's what they did. That was the index. You had access to everything for free.
Everything.
So
you can still find all
preferred-
this stuff for free.
Oh, I know you can, but it's easy just to bring up your app and you had it all there. You had everything.
Yeah.
You could build armies in other factions that you didn't always see.
Have you guys used War Organ? It's an app, and it's basically got all the armies, all the lists,
100%.
everything. Yeah.
But I think what it is the 40K, the official app is really nice. It's a really user. That's I use New Recruit. I've used War Organ, and they're just not as nice and not as intuitive.
The
I
user
find.
interface isn't there.
I like the Warhammer app so much.
Yeah.
But
I like the
I'm tight, so I use War Organ.
I like the you can make one list for free, at least on the Warhammer app. You don't have to. You can have one list for free. But I like the idea of the experimental phase of Warhammer. Like, I understand the factions, when you get your new codex, you can figure out what to do, and you've got that bit when everybody gets a new faction.
Yeah.
But we all get that at the same time. When the massive indexing happened at the end of 9th into 10th edition, everybody was on the same level. Everyone had an index at the same time, so it was a wild west out there. You didn't know what was going to be good. You couldn't just go online and think, "Oh, that's the best list. I'm going to use it." You had to figure it out yourself. You had to develop as a player without the help of someone saying, "You should have this list. This is the meta list." There was no meta. It was all fresh, and I loved it.
Okay, so it's almost a return to that freedom where it's less optimized. People are just sort of like throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what hits, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What sticks?
Okay. Yeah. So excited for 11th edition?
It's not. It won't be the same as the start of 10th. We won't have a great indexing, and that's a good thing. I'm happy to use my codex for it until I get a new codex. That's not an issue. That means no factions are going to be left out, which means everybody gets the same thing. I just like the creativeness of it at the start of this, but you're always scared because 10th was a good addition and it worked out really well because 10th, even at the start, outside of some dev wound stuff, was really good. It was very well wrought, very balanced to a degree, apart from the Eldar stuff, but we live and learn. But for everybody else, it was great. It was great fun. I really enjoyed it. It's what brought me back into the issue was the start of 10th. What got me really into Warhammer, that I fell in love with it again, was how creative and how fun the start of 10th edition was.
So, in order to incorporate this into our Rogue and Blasted rulebook, does that mean we're going to have to essentially rewrite the rules every few months and just completely re-index everybody?
No, not at all. I would prefer it. I would prefer it that instead of drip feeding the codexes out, if in an ideal world, I would love everybody to be
everyone gets it up one big.
Yeah, not even that.
One big update.
Realistically, I've accepted the fact I like my codex. Right, I love it. I love the artwork and stuff like that. I would prefer it if we all once every 3 months every single army got an extra detachment, and every army got one every 3 months for the first year at least. So everybody got a new detachment at the start. Yeah, every 3 months, every balance update, everyone got a new detachment, rather than pumping out a codex because they kind of morphed throughout the edition. Like, Space Marines started off with, what was it, 8, I think, which is fair enough. All Space Marines are a big sub faction. I think maybe 6 or 8, and now they've got like 18, right?
Yeah.
To contradict this, Tau started off with 4, and outside of the 4, only 3 were Tau, 1 was crew. So if you didn't like crew, you had 3 to play, which was a bit. People didn't understand it. And then Eldar get like 8. Chaos got like Eldar got like 6. Chaos got like 8, and then Guard got like 8 again, and then I think like Dark Eldar got like 3 or 4. They didn't get much. Orcs got Lords, but there was no consistency. Everyone should be getting the same amount of detachments. One army shouldn't get 20, and one should get 4. That's not fair in my eyes. Yeah. Everyone should be given the same amount of detachments, I think.
Yeah, I get that, actually.
I understand there's more ways to play certain armies. That I will happily accept that, yes, Space Marines will get more than everybody else, the Space Marines. But I don't understand why Imperial Guard were getting more than me. I don't understand why. Not even Guard. Votann only had 4.
We've been over the hate with the Guard.
Yeah, Votann only started with 4 as well, didn't they? I think.
Votann's still quite a tiny
5
range
now,
though,
yeah.
isn't it?
It makes sense.
No, we got big range.
You got big
Really?
now. You got with your range.
Okay.
Will the?
I really don't know though.
Death Guard had 6, I think. I didn't. The consistency wasn't there for me. When I got my Codex, I really enjoyed it. It was only 4, and it annoyed a lot of people that we only got the 4. But there we go.
All right, I think we can put that in the rulebook. So every 3 months, everyone gets a new detachment.
Yeah, rather than basically they can still print the Codex out with all the army. They can still print the Codex out with all the you know how you get the index cards with all the data sheets on and the cool paint jobs. Just don't put the detachments in there. Don't put that in there. You know, and then
all right, that's in the rulebook. Where's the hammer?
There you go.
Nice. Sweet. All right, Matt, do you want to take us through your last one of the day?
Line of sight rules are broken.
Tell us
I don't
more.
like them, and they make no sense.
Explain yourself.
Right? And I shall give you a context to this argument.
All
yes.
Right.
I feel this is going to be very specific.
It is.
This is
playing against Thousand
been
Suns.
playing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
No, because if you can draw an invisible line between any part of your model to any part of your opponent's model, then you have line of sight, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
That is the rule, as written.
Yes.
So, I was playing Thousand Suns opponent. He had been hiding Magnus all game, and all he did was he just twisted the base and tipped the wingtips of Magnus around the building and was like, I've got line of sight.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's bullshit.
Yes,
I agree.
But really?
It's
I think that just doesn't make sense. You should be able to. I think it has to. I think the old rules used to be, you have to see a third of the model that you're aiming at. Like clearly, you have to be able to draw. This is an easy one to fix. A strong line of sight.
Right. Outside of
get rid of it.
This is an easy thing to fix. Right. With line of sight rules. Right. There should be 2 types of line of sights. Right. For armored vehicles with hull, it should be any point of the hull. Right, it has to be, including the gun. It's going to have to be, right, for tanks, so it gets too difficult. Okay. For anything else, it must be the base. You must see the base. You see the base, it can shoot. Vice versa. Magnus's wing is stupid, because he obviously brings his wings back in when he doesn't want to fly. It's stupid. I agree. You know what I mean? You know,
with the bases,
I think it has to be base to base. I think it has to be a point of your base to a point of their base.
I agree.
To devil's advocate, what we're doing if a unit is, say, on an elevated piece of scenery, so you can't see the base, but you can see, like, top half.
Yeah, but you've still got line of sight, then you can see that they're in a window, and then, therefore, if you can see the window, you can see them.
Yeah, but there's no windows in 40k anyway, so it's fine.
Depends what you play.
But, I mean, you want about, like, flying bases and stuff?
Me?
No, like, if you've got some snipers up on, like, a third story.
No, if you've got like some guys on the first story of something.
But that's not.
If
the
we're
only,
talking base to base.
Yeah, but that's not an issue because the issue isn't infantry. Infantry are never the issue on this. The issue is the big fuck off monsters with massive wings, or my broadside of this massive railgun. If you want to play it like that, or
you just pull the railgun out and like,
just stick it.
Yeah. At the moment, I will. I have to be careful because that's why you see some people, and it annoys me when you play professionally. Some Tau players will have the riptides facing backwards towards you, so less is poking out, or the broadsides will be facing the wrong direction, so they don't expose themselves. I will never play like that, and I refuse to play like that ever. But yeah, as it is written right now, it is any point of the model to any point. However, though, the only thing with the wing, I know it's bullshit. If they shoot you, you can shoot them back. That's the idea of it. So it is fair to an extent.
Yeah.
Because if they tip their wing out to shoot you,
but
you can then shoot the wing back.
That one, it's just like when you're dealing with big stuff like that and like tanks and stuff, that one shot they get off could completely wipe that unit. And it's like, I'm not going to get a chance to shoot back. So I just think you kind of have to expose yourself.
Yeah. I think the idea of doing it from the base rather than any point in the model, it stops people from the major thing in my mind is like Connor said of modeling for advantage, or like I've definitely seen people model with like both hands sticking straight up in the sky because then they're not sticking like weapons out to the side or something like that. So you're just playing against something that looks
creativity as well. If it's just from the base, you can go crazy. You could add 10 inches to the hat. Well, maybe not 10 inches because there is views from down below. But you can give it a bit of, you can give cool
tactical flair.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. I think that was a general consensus. That's definitely in the rulebook. Nice.
Good. 11th edition. Fixed.
Sweet. So you'll be able to buy this limited edition from the Rogue and Blasted podcast.
6 easy payments of $49.95.
Okay, that's using discount code MAT2026.
Do we have any honourable mentions that are not really hot takes but are stupid things? That
so I've got one little one, which is I think we should bring back the Force organizational chart.
Ooh, I agree to an extent, yes, but it shouldn't restrict the whole aspect of it. It needs to be. You should have to bring so many battle line units and stuff like that. I agree with that.
Basically,
that's a good one. I agree.
Yes, that's it.
I shouldn't have to bring a fast attack to bring this, though. Oh, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to bring 2 piranhas to bring a hammerhead. You know what I mean? I shouldn't need to do that.
Yeah.
I get that. I get
it's
the
basically
idea.
There should be more troops and less Satan and stuff like that. Like as much as I do love chucking like a couple of big monsters, I think you do need a bit more.
No, I agree. My big one is I think monsters they should change the tank shock rule to allow all monsters to do it as well.
Well, yeah, I'd be very happy.
It's just stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid because the Tyranids have one, but it's shitter than the rest. It's shitter than tank shock. It's 5. It's shit.
Is that the one you get with Crusher Stampede as well? So I think you have to take the detachment and then,
monsters should be able to tank shock just like tanks can.
100%.
This is a stupid one that should have been done. It's not overpowered. Because everybody has access to the same toughness vehicles that the NIDs have. But the NIDs do not get any of it because they don't have vehicles. It's stupid.
Yeah.
The stupid idea is stupid.
Being hit by a card effect, that's like something that's been in the lore for years and years and years.
The fact that I can tank shock you with Commander Farsight, but you can't tank shock me with a Norn Emissary is stupid.
I've seen a lot of damage dealt by tank shocks as well, so that's quite embarrassing to tank shock, say, a card effects to death.
A Crisis Suit could tank shock you if you wanted to. Farsight used to be great because it used to be off the attack of the weapon I can't speak.
That's right.
It used to be off the strength of the weapon, not the toughness of the vehicle.
Right.
So Farsight became a beast. So then I could charge with Farsight with a strength 10 sword and obliterate something in tank shock.
Just bullying people off an objective.
The Invicta Tactical Warsuit could do 14 because of its strength on its claw. It was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's got that mad perfect.
Yeah, the dreadnoughts became ridiculous and then they changed it to the toughness because then the tanks did nothing. Because the tanks did nothing, did they?
Because they're strength 5 armor tracks.
Yeah. But Farsight could do double that.
Yeah. I feel like tank shock back in the day used to be even worse because if you broke the coherency of a unit, which you could do via tank shock, the unit then had to fall back until it got back into coherency. So if you just had a cheap unit, you could just keep them within 6 inches of this unit and just run it off the board. So you could tank shock some like massive expensive unit, break them, and that was like 250 points just gone. It was fucking deadly.
It is.
Showing
Monsters
my
should be
age
able
here
to
now,
tank
boys.
shock. Monsters should be able to tank shock.
Yeah,
It
agreed.
makes sense.
In the
It just should be stupid that they never FAQ'd it. It wouldn't have been broken. You know, it wouldn't have been broken.
Any other hot takes?
I got 2 relating to Titans.
Let's hear it.
Oh.
I think Titans should be able to Overwatch, and I think they should be able to shoot over buildings.
Titans can shoot over buildings.
No, when you talk about, like you say, buildings have got infinitely tall, you can't shoot through it over
Yeah,
them.
you can. You just tap into the terrain feature, you can shoot through it.
And then you can
But
be
yeah,
shot,
but-
though.
You can be
But
shot
then
back. You
it's like,
can.
well,
You can be shot
it
back.
still
yeah.
doesn't make sense.
So if you with
I
Titanic
think,
at the
I think
moment,
you shouldn't have to do that.
If you tow into because otherwise Titanic would be shot off the board every turn. You wouldn't be able to play it, would you? So basically, it's infinite height, and you tow into
That's what I'm going for.
You tow into a ruin, and you can shoot out of that ruin, but you can be shot.
Oh yeah, I
through.
get that, but I think
Aircraft are
seems
the
like
ones that can do
unnecessary.
whatever. Aircraft can do whatever.
Yeah.
That brings me on to my hot take: get rid of all
the
aircraft.
fact that
I haven't seen any aircraft.
You know,
I've
you have
only
a
there was a
played,
couple
like,
at Manchester. Had some guys were running them.
Yeah, you have a Games Workshop have like left them out to die. I've got a Sunshot Bomber and I love it. I love it so much. I'm not paying 160 points for it to come on turn 2. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can't even. The rules need to change. Right, you either get rid of aircraft completely, or you need to just resort them out. You can't just leave it for another edition.
We've got quite a few rewrites in this rulebook, so I reckon we just leave them out. Done.
I don't look. I have a. Some of the aircraft looks fantastic. Like the Vortan don't have one, to be fair, because they're a new army, do they? So fair enough. But I have the Razor Shark. I have the Sunshot Bomber. I have the Dark Elder. have the Void Reaver Bomber, which looks fantastic. You know
I played Drukhari once.
Yeah.
I totally chinned it with Logan Grimnar and one dude just was like, done.
Some of the really
feels
cool
like
units, the Thunderhawk gunships and stuff that the Space Marines have, they look really cool. I love them.
that was
I love the
cool.
aesthetic. I just feel like they just need a place. They just need to be balanced properly and not be overpowered.
Maybe they need their own game system.
They do.
Yeah, that could work. Or I've seen an idea where someone said you price them really cheap, so like they're 50 points or something, but you just fly them over, so you have like they're only on the board for say like 2 turns.
So they just have like overshot.
So they can come over, do a load of damage, and then go, but then they can't take any objectives.
They're
or
like one
anything
call
like that.
air support. Yeah.
Or
That's
you
a
could
cool
bring
idea.
one model,
I like that.
or you could bring one model and you just pay a points tax for every strafe you want to do. You bring one Sunshot Bomber and you can have 60 points per bombing run.
Yeah, and just make it genuinely like you could make them pretty nasty because they're not really on the board that long. They're not gonna. You have to make them count, and if you don't, you're like, well, I've just wasted all those points. And then if someone does have like anti-air weapons,
it should be allowed to. You're allowed to. You're allowed to auto fire at it once it flies over you. It might just die. I don't know. It's weird. They're not good. They're just the thing is they're not bad. Like my aircraft is not bad. It's just pointed too high. It's just all you need to do. If you could just bring them on turn 1, if you could bring your aircraft on in the deployment step alone, it would fix a lot of the issues. It's just a lot of the points cost you too high at the moment to be any decent. The rules are all right. It's just the point costing to high heaven.
I reckon we just go strafing runs.
Quick
Fix. Nice. All right, guys. I believe we are coming up on an hour of us
quality material.
Yeah. Yes. Quality material.
It's the best shit. Once we got past that guard thing, it's been fine.
What guard thing? We edited that out, I think.
It was a hot take. It was a spice. That was a tandoori chicken. That mate. That was
tandoori chicken, spicy. Come on, mate.
Is it? I don't know. What's chicken madras then?
Nah. Vindaloo. Well, no. Have you ever had a jungle curry? That's Thai, but I got very overconfident, ate it, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. Anyway, getting away from curry talk.
Did it go all about Johnny Cash?
It did a little bit. It was a risky afternoon. On that note, guys, should we start with Connor? Sorry, where can we find you, mate?
You can find me on Instagram at Collins Cadre Command. And also, just one last little message for the dickhead who mentioned these boxes, there's nothing wrong with them. All right, I will build more. It's an ample storage system until I move house, you little shit. So if I ever find you, I'll have words.
You know he's a guard player as well.
I don't give a shit if he's a guard player or not.
Oh my
Fantastic. Wicket, have you got any tournaments or anything coming up, mate?
Yes, I have a 1-day tournament in May. I also have a 2-day tournament in September with the sexy Matt there, Doonhammer. Great shout out to the guys at Reaper. Yes, fantastic people.
Yes.
Legends.
Really good. I'm really looking forward to that. I never went last year, so now I have an army. It's painted. So yeah, tickets are on sale Saturday, pre-sale.
Yes,
so
pre-sale. Yes, I will be getting them. You know, you have connections. I expect your connections to work overtime, Matt.
So also to the guy who did complain about the boxes, do you know where to find Connor fairly soon as well?
Yes.
Fight me.
And Matt, where can we find you, mate?
You can get me on Instagram on old.varg. You'll find all the commission shenanigans I'm up to, as well as my own stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm hiding.
What are you working on at the moment? Aside from
what am I not
Connor's
working
small
on?
pile? Okay.
I've got 2 hammerheads, thanks to Mr. Collins over there.
Nice.
We just landed a Custodes commission for Rogue.
Nice.
So I've got the chaps actually ordered 2 of the new Custody boxes, which I'm very happy about. But
nice.
in the meantime, because that's just 2 weeks before that gets delivered, I'm doing Valorous, Tryon Valorous, whatever his name is.
Trajan.
So he's on Trajan, that's it. Funny names. I started a wee side quest of I've got some Gene Stealers, so I've started a wee neophyte leader as a little kind of just a something on the side, keep it interesting.
Nice. I'd like just a little something.
Just a wee something.
Yeah,
it's all good. And then I've got some Blood Angels characters on commission from Rogue as well. So I'm currently doing Mephiston, Dante, and the Sanguinor as well.
Nice. Jesus, that's
Is there anything else? There might be.
And the Twin Lancers on the way.
Around my desk.
and the Twin
And the Twin Lances are coming.
That's top priority, that, Matt.
Amazing.
I think
Jesus.
that's it. Maybe.
So not too much.
Oh no,
Nice.
I've got and I'm doing training for Daily Dice. So yeah.
Amazing.
Send help.
Okay. We'll send Connor
It's all
up.
good.
He's
It's all
needed.
good.
Yeah. Wicked. Nice one. I think that's pretty much everything from us.
Where do we find you, Dan?
You can find me on TikTok at Grim
Tickety Talks.
Tickety Talks. It's mainly clips of the podcast. I've been very lazy about getting my armies up, but I have got something new in the works, which will be going up soon. And
Exciting
if you're into music, you can also find me at Decked on Spotify, drum and bass sort of stuff. Also, if you're listening, don't forget to check out rogue-ministries.co.uk for a lot of, oh my God, I forgot the words, commission painting through Steve, our normal host. I think that's pretty much everything from us. We're back from our hiatus now, so I'm going to stop letting these guys skive off, and we're going to start being very regular, which they both look really happy about on the screen. There we go. I think that's everything from us. So thanks for listening, guys.
Pleasure as always.
Cheers, guys.
Peace.
Rogue transmission ending.